Many years ago, I worked for a big company in a call center environment. And from those of you who worked in call centers before, you'll notice that there is nothing like working in a call center. You have all types of things happening in such environments, and I'll leave that for another video. But I will say this. Call centers typically have individuals spread out in individual teams, right? Working different shifts, and typically they rank teams according to metrics that are being met, right? And that's what keeps call center jobs kind of competitive. And another thing that's there is that you have your team members that you sit by in this building, right? There was a young lady that I was sitting by in my team. Now, call centers are also a very big place where a lot of single moms work at, right? For whatever reason. And so this lady I was working by, we never dated. We were just, teammates, friends. We cracked jokes. She was talking to me about how her baby daddy wasn't nothing, right? And, I'm tired of all the stuff that he was dealing with, all these child support battles and all this other stuff. And, at the time I wasn't, really understanding like I do now. So I was just taking it all in. And she was talking to me about this new guy that she was seeing. And she liked him, right? He was a nice guy. He had a good job. And she was saying, but she would never let him spend the night at her house. Although she liked him. She would always spend the night at his house. So I asked her, so, well, why don't you want him to spend the night at your house? I don't understand. Y'all are dating for a long time, right? She says, well, he has to earn his right to be around my kids. Because I don't introduce anybody to my kids. He has to earn that privilege with me. I said, that's now that's interesting. You have 2 kids by 2 different dudes, which she did. And this guy has to earn his privilege to be around your kids. You know what, guys? Now that I think about it, it's not that I've just met one woman like that. I've met several just like that. Now, if you have, comment below in the chat and press 1 after the video, of course. And this stuck with me for some time. I tried to make 1 + 1 = 3 on the way home going down Highway 50 from Folsom back down to Del Paso Heights, right? Take 50 to 80 East. Y'all know the trip. I said, now, O'Shea, how in the hell can this dude be working hard to meet some kids that ain't his, that probably ain't gonna like him? And she ain't that cute. I tried to make 1 + 1 = 3. It was never 3. Let's fast forward up to the conversation that I had with George Macon the other week regarding single moms. This was just about 2 or 3 days ago. Shout out to George Macon. He's an interesting guy, right? Me and George were talking about situations about how all single mothers are not a death sentence. And it is his view that if the black community is going to come together, we're in a situation where you have a lot of single mothers. And the solution, according to George Macon, is that some of you brothers are going to have to marry those black single mothers to get these families intact. This is just what's going to have to be, right? If you want the community to do better, these women need to be wed. Now, guys, don't kill George in the comment section, as you mostly do on my channel, because I think that this is a courageous hypothesis. Such ideas should be rewarded. I believe it's honorable for him to think of such a thing. It's a solution attempt in the black community. I think we need more people doing that. You can't get mad at the brother for that. He's trying. You might not like it, but that's what he's trying to do. However, I think the problem is not with George's argument. The problem is with the entitlement within the argument that the people that George is trying to help. Well, you probably don't understand what I'm saying, so let me explain it to you again. See, in a real world, or a perfect world, right? Rather, George's argument works. But in reality, the women who are getting married to these men are telling these men, you need to work hard to earn the right to be around my children. Now, let me give some honor to women who feel this way. Now, because from a female's perspective, their children are their most prized possession. Especially if you have young women. We know that bad things happen to children, that, strange men do bad things. We understand that. And such attitude is to be taken from a certain perspective. But when you come at it from this angle, as if you haven't damaged your value to be married, that's the problem that I'm having here. Why? Because, see, the women are not looking at it from, I made a mistake, I had a baby out of wedlock, I got 2 babies out of wedlock. Matter of fact, I have 2 babies by typically 2 different fathers. Most men are probably not even going to want to deal with me on a serious level because this is where my life is. I got 2 different baby daddies. I probably got some mental baggage going on with this. And especially if the brother has, something going on, I'm not at a competitive level as I should be. I'm not really realizing that my value as a partner has decreased. And this is what the unspoken rule is. For ladies, if you're watching, you want to really mess your life up. You want to give yourself a less of a chance to find a successful husband. All that you need to do is go out and have kids out of wedlock. That's all that you need to do. All that you need to do is come to the door with somebody else's kids and watch your potential husband finding strategies go down the drain. That's all that you got to do. And see, black men are forgiving, however, right? We have been that way. But the arrogance that comes with these potential wives in George's scheme to bring the black community together, these women are going to be acting like it's an honor for a man to be around these kids. And the question that I want to know is, what are these kids doing for him? See, we can't get around that. What is the incentive? Even for a man that has children. What is the incentive for a man that has children or doesn't have children? That's even less an incentive to get with the woman who possibly has the attitude that you need to work to be around my kids. When my kids, probably ain't going to respect you. It's a good chance. I got baby daddy drama. There's a good chance, right? I have a history of failed relationships because I got a baby daddy. That didn't work out. I messed around and got another baby. That didn't work out. So I'm bringing all of these problems to a brother who really don't need to be dealing with these problems. And nobody gets around this argument. And the thing about it is this. A lot of African-American women in such circumstances, they have a high sense of entitlement. Well, instead of looking at it like, okay, look, I made a mistake. I want to have a serious relationship, right? I need to protect myself, my children from a strange man, but also at the same time, I don't need to go around arrogant about it. Acting as some man needs to really bust his behind to earn me, when basically I've already given up that right by having babies with men I'm not with right now. They don't think about it like that. A lot of them don't, in my opinion. And this is the problem with the you have to work hard to meet my kids argument. And this is what I see in George's plan, although I think that it's honorable for him to do that. For a lot of brothers, man, dealing with women that have this attitude, and I think there's enough that will. What's the incentive for him, right? Black men need an incentive in this world today. I'm sorry. If the black community, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be honest with you like this, right now. The world is offering other stuff that the black community isn't to a lot of people in black communities. You got countries like Qatar, right? I saw, shout out to Black Patriarch. You have black men that have skills are going out and working in Qatar or Saudi Arabia, white America, right? You can't, people are offering a lot more than what the black community is offering. Now, for those of us who want to stick here and build or and try to help, that's one thing. But competition is fierce. Black men typically live longer than black women, right? So again, the incentive to do this is what? What? Why? It has to be something more than I just want to see the black community survive. What's in it for me? And the black community so far has failed to offer that to a lot of people. It's the truth, especially brothers. That's why black men don't go to church anymore. So, I just really wanted to talk about that. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed the video. I'll be uploading some more of these great discussions by myself, actually. Not discussions. But I really want to thank you, brothers, for support. Okay, I will be posting the video on Patreon later on tonight. For those of you, subscribe to us on Patreon. Patreon.com/Negro Manosphere. Been so busy, right, the last few months, but going towards the end of the year, I typically get things set up for 2020, right? So I'm glad that you guys are here. Subscribe to us. Hit the bell. What do you think? New subscribers, shout yourself out in the comment. As you know, the buffoonery remains at an all-time high. I'm out.